Hey, everybody. Welcome to week 4. Happy Monday. Happy week 4. Happy March 27th. Wherever you may be today. I hope everything is well. We're gonna, as usual, take a little quick stroll through what's happening this week so that you are aware of what's going on. In week 4, our focus is on evaluating and incorporating sources. This is a tough one, and something that you really need to get used to with college writing specifically. When you are looking for research in your college courses, it has got to be good. We are looking for academic sources. We are looking for things that you access using a library and not Google. And we are looking at how you analyze sources for credibility. So that's what we're focusing on this week. We've talked a little bit about this before, but we're really digging into it this week. So you have, as usual, 2 assignments. You've got a discussion board, and then you've got a writing assignment. Last week, we took a little break from the writing assignments with the knowledge check. And we'll have another one of those before the course is over. But in the meantime, we are going to be working on writing things. You are also going to be starting this week your official topic choice for the argument essay. So argument essay is not due until week 7, but the topic that you choose this week is going to follow you from now on. So everything that we're working on in between now and week 7 plays into that bigger assignment. So what you do now is going to help you with that. That's the good news. But it also means that you have to start thinking now about what you're going to be turning in several weeks. So let's take a look first at the readings and resources folder. As usual, I am going to remind you that if you are not reading all these assignments and watching all these videos, then you are going to struggle with the assignments. I like to call it learn before you earn. If we could just write the assignment without doing any pre-work, then we wouldn't need this course. So it is vital that you guys get yourselves in good habits of doing all the readings, watching any videos that are provided, and so on and so forth. This week, it's going to be especially important because learning how to use the library is a big part of college. Every university, every state college, every community college has its own library system, and using that to navigate and to find your research is super important. So please take the time to do the readings there and to watch that video. And then you also have some additional readings on how to evaluate sources, along with an activity that's going to help you create a references page. Now, I'm also going to supply you with some additional information about references pages and all that fun stuff in the announcements. But in the meantime, you do have an activity here that's going to help you create a references page. You are going to be using that this week. You've already set one up in Unit 2, but that one, the citation itself was provided for you. So this time you're going to be getting your own citations from the library resources and putting them on your references page. So let's take a look back at the assignments. So for the Unit 4 discussion board, this one is actually kind of fun, or it can be kind of fun. To give you some perspective on writing pro and con assignments, we will write about the pro and con of using a product. When you write about the pro of a product, you focus on one reason that supports this product. What is it that you like about it? And then the con side is, again, one reason that goes against that product. So a lot of times what people want to do in this is come up with a whole bunch of reasons why they like this product or don't like this product, when really we only need one on the plus side and one on the minus side. Now, you can give more than that, but that's the minimum here. You should select a fun product that is interesting to you. And some people are like, how is a water bottle fun? I know, but anyway, You write one paragraph about the pro of using the product and one paragraph about the con. 2 paragraphs, absolutely 100% required in your post that should be up by, we all know it by now, Wednesday night. You can choose any product that you want, but some of the suggestions that have worked in the past have been water bottles. Now, I had one student be like, I don't understand why a water bottle. What we're talking about is using a reusable water bottle and why we would do that. So a pro of that and a con of that. Self-driving cars, you might also choose electric cars. Some people are like, I don't know, I don't want to talk about self-driving, but the EVs or even a hybrid, anything that's related there. Jelly beans, I have yet to see a really fun one on that one, but there's a challenge for you. And any food really could be, you could talk about organic vegetables or frozen vegetables. You could talk about anything that you want. Video games, a lot of people choose that one. I would try to choose something even more specific, like a particular video game. Video games covers a lot of territory. One that is pretty popular is ebooks. I have an ongoing debate with one of my best friends. She hates ebooks. I love them. So we have an ongoing debate there. And then with your responses to others, of course, you want to talk about the products that they have reviewed or add to that in some way, ask them questions about it. Make sure that you also come back and answer questions that have been posed to you. So as usual, your initial post is due by Wednesday night, and you have to have at least 2 follow-up replies to classmates by Sunday. Okay. All right. Then we have the official writing assignment, and this one is more serious, and it plays into the argument essay. Like I said, that's going to be your major assignment for English 110. In this particular case, you're doing 1 pro and 1 con, or 2 sides of this argument about one of these 3 topics. You have to choose one of these 3 topics. A lot of people don't like that, but those are the rules. So we can't always get what we want, as the Rolling Stones once famously said. So the 3 topics, argumentative topics that you can choose from are cell phone use in the classroom, the sports gender pay gap, and childhood obesity. So they're all argumentative, but they're all also a little bit interesting and different. In this particular one, you're going to have 2 paragraphs about the issue with a clear topic for each paragraph. So you could do 2 reasons in favor of your position, or you could do one on your position and one showing what the other side would say. At least one full quotation in one paragraph, and at least one cited, paraphrased piece of information from research for the other paragraph. So you will have citations, in-text citations, in both paragraphs. One will be with a direct quote, and one will be with something that you have paraphrased or put into your own words. So let's look at the full assignment. Some people last week, I think, got a little, or 2 weeks ago, got a little confused about the assignment sheet. There's always going to be a link in this assignment that has the assignment sheet for you. This has got all, it even says complete instructions and rubric. Like, it's kind of self-explanatory, but sometimes it gets lost. So this is going to give you the requirements. It's going to give you a link to the library database to search for the article. Please do not use Google to find this article. You should be using the post-university library databases and not sources that are online. Absolutely 100% required. You only need to have 1 article. You can have 2 if you want. If you want to get one that's kind of on one side and one that's on the other, that's absolutely fine. And I want to talk a little bit here while we're looking at that about what we mean by both sides. So cell phone bans in the classroom, that one's fairly straightforward as far as a pro and a con. If you allow cell phones in the classroom, what happens? If you ban cell phones in the classroom, what happens? So the way that this is phrased is cell phone bans in the classroom. But if you are against bans, then the pro side would be students should be allowed to have their cell phones in the classroom. If you are against it, then cell phones should be banned in the classroom. So when you're looking for articles, you don't have to write out those long sentences. You would use something like cell phone classroom, cell phone ban, something along those lines is going to get you what you need when you are searching the library databases. The next one is a little trickier, sports gender pay gap. So it is fairly well established that professional female athletes get paid less than professional male athletes. Some people don't have a problem with that, and some people do have a problem with that. So that's the debate. Should female athletes be paid the same amount as their male counterparts, or should they not? That's your debate. Childhood obesity is a little bit harder because even still, because we don't want children to be obese, right? So the problem there, the question there that you're trying to answer is childhood obesity truly a major problem in the United States of America? Is it something we need to address? Is it something we don't need to address? So all three of these are argumentative. The pro and the con gets a little fuzzy with them. So I wanted to kind of go over that with you. In terms of what you will research, what you'll use search term wise, like I said, cell phone ban, classroom, probably for the first one. Sports gender pay gap, you can put that in. I bet you will find articles on it. But you might also want to search things like professional female athlete pay, professional male athlete pay. There's a lot of ways that you can kind of play with that. And then childhood obesity, I would just put in the term just like that, because you're going to find a lot of sources about it. And you're going to pick one or two that you want to use. When you are keeping those, when you are finding those, you are going to have both an in-text citation with the quotation, and this is the examples of that. Here's a quotation, and then we have the author, although it's misspelled, the year, and the page number. If you don't have a page number, you just leave that out entirely. And then here's one with a paraphrase. Again, they've misspelled, this drives me crazy. They've misspelled the author's name, but it would be CAI and then 2020. You're going to have a Word document. So just like we've done before, and you're going to have each of the articles. If you only use one, you'll only have one item on your references page, but you will have something on a references page, and you will have two well-developed paragraphs. So your two paragraphs might both fit on page 2 after the title page. If not, it's perfectly okay to go on page 3. Whatever you do, your reference doesn't start until the third page, or the first blank page is how I like to put that. All right, so let me quickly open a Word document, and I will show you, and we'll save this, and I'll give it to you like I have done before. So, new share. We want that one. And I'm going to get an article from the library to show you where to find the citation for it. So let's go to the library database. It's going to have me sign in. And we're going to search, I'm going to search a topic that's not one of your chosen ones, because I want to not do your homework for you, so, to be 100% honest. So I'm going to choose something kind of fun, procrastination, because we all do it. All right. So I'm going to choose procrastination and time management. I'm going to search. I want to make sure that I can read the whole article, so I'm going to click on full text. I don't mind if you do or don't choose peer reviewed. If you are using peer reviewed, it's going to be very advanced sort of things. And honestly, at the 100 level, I don't know that we need that. So I'm going to leave that alone. I am going to make this more contemporary, though. I don't need to be searching for the last 500 years. So I'm going to limit my search to a shorter time period, and I am going to make sure that I have access to it. So I'm going to click on available. All right, so I'm going to pick the second one. It is in an academic journal, but it looks fairly accessible. And I am going to open it. So you just click on the link. It's going to allow you, excuse me, it's going to allow you to read the article by clicking on the PDF full text. This is where you would look to get your quotation and your paraphrase. So let's take, I'm just going to take a random quote. I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to put it in my first paragraph here. So let's call this, I'm going to call this procrastination because that's what I'm writing about. If you should call it whatever your topic is, procrastination. I fill out all that material and then I'm going to copy. And again, the title is procrastination. And then I'm going to, write my paragraph. And I use that term loosely because I'm not really writing anything. Somewhere in the middle, I'm going to include my direct quotation and I'm going to attach that to a phrase or a sentence of my own so that it is well integrated into it. But I'm going to use the title of the journal rather than the article or the authors. And this is on page 1603. So what was the journal? I just looked at it and then forgot. Psychological Resource Search. Ugh. That's in italics because it's a journal title. And then this is where I'm going to put my direct quotation, which I've already copied. I want just the text, so I'm going to choose keep text only. I don't know why that's, I don't know why that did that, but there you go. At the end of the quote, I'm going to have the or the quotation mark first, and then I'm going to have the in-text citation. This article, this was page, what do I know? I've got to put the author. I know it was 2021, and I know it was page 1603 or 08. 03. I was right the first time. And then that's the parentheses. So what goes here for the author is going to match whatever the authors are. So in this particular case, I want to go back. I want to choose the cite button and I want to choose APA. Excuse me. So this I'm going to copy and I'm going to put this on my references page. I'm going to delete that and I want a hanging indent and I want to match the formatting. All right. So why I chose match the formatting is simply because then I don't have to remember to come back in here and make that italics. So we have a bunch of authors. There are more than, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do not have to use all of those authors. If you have that many, anything more than 3, you will use the first one and then what's an abbreviation called et al. So in my Word document, I need to put in here, it'll be Zuber et al. That's it. That's what it's going to look like. Now, I do not want to end that paragraph without backing up and explaining the quote and adding my own thoughts, etc., etc. Each of these paragraphs is going to be at least, where did it go? Should be in here. Create 2 paragraphs that focus on the issue. There it is. Each paragraph should be at least 7 sentences. So 7 to 9 sentences. So I would have that. And then in the next paragraph, the second paragraph, blah, 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 we'll have something that I have paraphrased. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick about how to make your academic writing sound brilliant. So I'm going to name the authors this time, but there's a whole bunch of them. So I'm not going to name all of them. I'm going to say Zuber et al. In the parentheses, I'm going to put 2021. Argue that blah, blah, blah. No quotation marks because this is a paraphrase, right? And then again, after I include that from the source, I want to talk about it. I don't want to just leave it there laying by itself. Right. So in this particular case, my paragraphs stay both on page 1, and that's absolutely fine. They are double spaced. I do need my references list to move up because it should be at the top of the first blank page, not way down in the middle, which is why we want to get in the habit of using page breaks, which I can show you later. But that does get centered, and then that would be my whole thing, right? If I used a second source, let me go back to the search here. Let's see, let me get another one. Here we go. This is a nice, useful one. Some of the academic journal ones are like, this is not going to do me any good in my life. But this is from Camping Magazine, which I kind of enjoy. We're going to click the cite button, and these will need to be in alphabetical order. So Aminette would go before Zuber. Okay, so I'm going to hit enter and go up here. I'm again going to do match formatting, and I'm going to need to uncapitalize this name. The A gets capitalized, but nothing else does. I also technically should uncapitalize these letters because APA doesn't use traditional title capitalization. They treat those titles just like a sentence. So, and it's correct in the other one. So I would switch it. If you forget to switch it, not a big deal, but it is something that we do. Ooh, except we also do need to capitalize the word after the colon for the subtitle. All right, so that's what that would look like. If you had more than one, you will definitely have more than one by the time we get to the argument paper. So we'll be working on that as we go through. You are only required to use one source for this particular assignment, though. All right, so I am going to save that. I'm going to put it in your announcement along with the video so that you have it. And this will be, I'm talking to myself, but sample week 4, document, English 110. So I've saved it. I'm going to put it in the announcement so that you have it and you can use that to help yourself get your document set up. And I hope you guys have a great week. When you're ready to post it, don't forget that gets uploaded, not as an attachment, do not write in the submission box for those formal assignments. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to see me live or talk to me live, the English 110 drop-in hours, I'm scheduled on Tuesdays at 7. So you can also text me after that during the evening and we can hop in something Zoom-wise. But I will be in the official room from 7 to 7:30. All right. Anyway, happy end of March. And if I don't talk to you before then, I will see you next Monday.